It's Bronwyn Jane, and I'm a psychic medium and a spiritual coach. Just sharing another interesting fact that no one tells you when you're stepping into this world or you're becoming aware of energy. So I'm sharing little tidbits from my life in this video series. So one of the interesting things is that I have noticed is that quite often when we feel spirit around us, if we're not used to it and we don't understand, it can be a little bit unnerving. We can be a little bit scared. We're like, what is that? It feels kind of creepy. What is that? The other side, so your loved ones that have transitioned, they don't understand why you feel scared, because they're just coming close to see what you're doing, to be still part of your life. But because they feel a little bit different to what they did when they had a physical form, because they do feel, because they're not dense and heavy like we are, we misinterpret that because we don't understand it. So we think it's like freaky or scary and all this kind of thing, just because we're not used to the vibration that they are. But when I have a conversation with your loved ones, they're like, but I'm just coming close when they were cooking my recipe to make sure that they remembered it or to see how they were doing it. I still wanted to be in the kitchen like I always was. And I was always part of this cooking process, and they were making my favorite food, and I just wanted to see what was going on. So that's what spirit's like. They're like, I don't understand what the problem is. I was just coming to have a look like I always do. But we're like, what's that weird feeling? Why does it feel kind of weird now? And this is the interesting things, because they don't understand why you're freaked out, because they're just coming to have a look like they always did. They want to see what you're doing. They're still part of your life. But because it feels unusual to us, we misinterpret that. So what I'm going to encourage you to do when you feel that shift in that energy, when it starts to feel a little bit different, if all of a sudden your mind goes to, I'm cooking mum's recipe or grandma's recipe, or you think about them, that thought that comes into your mind, instead of taking that on a tangent and feeling all weird about a feeling, say thank you for being close and still being part of my life, for coming to see what I'm doing. Because they always want to see what you're doing, and they are part of their lives. And I know from when I do readings, people are quite surprised on the really trivia little bits of information that they share. And they do that to show that they're here for the big things. Of course, we expect them to be here for the big things and to be part of that and to know that it's going on. But they're also here for those tiny little mundane things that we think are nothing, but they still are part of your life. They still want to be here. So if you feel the shift in the air, if it feels a little bit funny, if it just feels a bit like this, don't freak out. Just acknowledge, thanks for being here and checking in on me, making sure I'm okay. And and always remember, they still want to be part of your life. They want nothing but the best for you. And say thank you to them for coming close. So I'm going to leave it there. I don't know if you realize that was what was going on, but maybe it's kind of nice to consider from their perspective, that they're like, why is she freaking out? Why is he freaking out? I just want to make sure that they know how to change the oil in the car, because they never really listened when I showed them, if it's dad or pop, to know that this is what they're doing when we just get that funny little sensation. So when we feel that funny little sensation, it's nothing to be frightened of. It's just that they feel a little bit different now because they don't have the density of their body. That's all. They're still here, they're still close, and they're still part of our lives, which is so fabulous. I'm going to leave it there. I just thought I would share that little bit of insight that they share with me all the time. I wanted to let you know that this is what is happening, just so you can build that connection, that relationship with your loved one in spirit. Have a wonderful day.